You know, America's not unique in its sins as a country. We're not unique in our evils, to be honest with you. I think where we may be singular is our refusal to acknowledge them. And the legends and myths we tell about our inherent, goodness to hide and cover and conceal so that we can maintain a kind of willful ignorance that protects our innocence. See, the thing is that when the Tea Party was happening, we were saying, pundits, oh, it's just about economic populism. It's not about race. When people knew, social scientists were already writing that what was driving the Tea Party were anxieties about demographic shifts, that the country was changing, that they were seeing these racially ambiguous babies on Cheerios commercials, that the country wasn't quite feeling like it was a white nation anymore. And people were screaming from the top of their lungs, this is not just simply economic populism. This is the ugly underbelly of the country. See, the thing is this, and I'll say this and I'll take the hit on it. There are communities that have had to bear the brunt of America white Americans confronting the danger of their innocence. And it happens every generation. So somehow we have to kind of, oh my God, is this who we are? And just again, here's another generation of babies. Think about it, that 2-year-old had his bones broken by two parents trying to shield him from being killed. A woman who has been married to this man for as long as I've been on the planet almost, lost her husband. For what? And so what we know is that the country has been playing politics for a long time on this hatred. We know this. So it's easy for us to place it all on Donald Trump's shoulders. It's easy for us to place Pittsburgh on his shoulders. It's easy for me to place Charlottesville on his shoulders. It's easy for us to place El Paso on his shoulders. This is us. And if we're going to get past this, we can't blame it on him. He's a manifestation of the ugliness that's in us. I've had the privilege of growing up in a tradition that didn't believe in the myths and the legends because we had to bear the brunt of them. Either we're going to change, Nicole, or we're going to do this again and again, and babies are going to have to grow up without mothers and fathers, uncles and aunts, friends, while we're trying to convince white folk to finally leave behind a history that will maybe, or embrace a history that might set them free from being white. Finally.
Welcome to another episode of Branded. I'm your host, Corey Drumz. We are sitting in a mentee right now, and I'm with my sons. This is my son, Jay God, and this is my son, July, with the X on the end of it, And, y'all see what y'all just heard. We're in a weird, not even weird, but we're in a very clear space right now. If you're paying attention and saving it. I use that statement a lot because a lot of people pay attention. They say it, but apparently they ain't say none of it. They're gonna go right past them because we're still at these points that we at right now. In the aftermath of the craziness that went on in DC, which is pretty much rebellion, by certain people that believe in a certain thing and a certain way of life here in this country. And that's not everybody that's of that color, let's say. Because, but it is an ugly truth. And like the brother said, until quote unquote white people really recognize what they have done, not themselves personally per se, but the system that they are benefiting off of. And it's like, me and my sons have this right here. And we go outside, and as safe as I feel when I travel by myself or with them, I always have to think differently than somebody of a different color. Why? Simply because I'm this color. And that was perpetuated by an ideology implanted and ingrained in this whole system here, in its inception, in its creation. The way it was created was that. And it's never been answered to, never been corrected, never been dealt with. It's always been pushed to the side. I think we've said this in other other episodes of this. It's like we're back in these newsreels over and over again. It's an endless cycle of it. But what just happened this week, and it has been happening throughout the time of this country, that you've been seeing, not what you've been taught. I mean, forget about everything you've been taught in schools. You know, there's been things that you've learned since then, and you still learn. Does what you've been taught correlate with what you see?
No.
Not at all, right? Now, from what you taught, you're equal, right? From what you're taught in history, and you know, these things went through, but you know, we have overcome. We got to this point, right? We got an opportunity. We had the same opportunity as everybody else. So if that's the case, then why are we still considered African Americans and not just Americans?
If you're from Britain and you go to do a job application and you are white and they ask you what your race is or where you're from or your occupation, you know, you put English, right? Or European or whatever. And let's say same person, somebody else walks in for the same job, my skin color. Fills out the same application. He fills out the same box as that white skinned guy, because there, it's not, oh, you gotta be black, you gotta be white. It's, you're European, you're Irish, you're Sicilian, you're German, but here, you have white American, and you have African American. So when he says, why aren't we just American? That's what he means. Why? I think that's a question that needs to be answered. And at the same time, we need to stop calling ourselves African Americans. Yes, remember where we're from, where our heritage comes from, but we're born where? Where do we come from? What do we come from? Right here. So it's just as much ours as it is theirs. So we need to claim it just as hard as they do. But stop putting the asterisks on the end. And that's just how I feel.
What do you think, Go Boy?
I think people maybe not consciously know, but unconsciously do know that it is right there in front of their face why that's happening, why they put African American rather than Caucasian American or Irish American or Mexican American, why there are just so many other Americans rather than, you know, they claim to be the melting pot and things like that, which is cool if you could be that, but that's not the foreface of it. That's the scapegoat. What it really is the instillment to make you feel different and separated from the rest. So now there's groups of people who have to be protected by people who feel the same and alike and more compared to each other. Meanwhile, we're all the same, and the reason why it benefits in their hand, because they're the one in the upper hand right now. We were once in the one in the upper hand before too, not like we did anything different, but something has to change. But at the end of the day, there's no reason why we should be separated in that way at all. Obviously, like I just told you, it's a plan. They take out the people who can tell you that there is something different. And now you only know the indoctrination that they put you in. There's nothing else you do know, so now it's hard to escape. And it's hard to believe something else is different than truthful for what you believe is true now, because that's what they forced you to believe. And then the ones that do rebel, they looked as terrorists, you know, the gang ones. Meanwhile, they're imprisoned. They don't have an escape from what the outcome has put in their life. They've been tainted their entire life. Until you break out of the system that they put you in. If you stay in that same system, you're gonna be that same person, that same marked person they put you in. The person with no father, who has no God, who has to go through hell and the worst and don't know any other outlet. Or the one who's been told school is the only other way to do this, and they go through all the school process and they go through what they love to do in school, but it's not helping nothing at all. It's not what it turned out to be. It's not making any money. Or perhaps money wasn't even really the reason.
They ain't making no money, forget about the cents.
Exactly. Perhaps money wasn't even really the reason.
Right. I mean, look. Back and forth doesn't work. All right? If we keep on going back and forth with each other, I mean, if I'm Republican, people Democrat, or I'm Democrat, people Republican, or I'm black, you white, or you white, I'm black, and you're Asian, all of these separations, and we all breathe the same damn air. All of this, what I got more or what I got less of, instead of, we all live on the same damn planet. Same resources that are here naturally. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to pay for life. Neither did that plant. But we've been having somebody play a game with us about payments, money, and loans, things like that, you know. And it's been done in such a way that, and trust me, I'm gonna make sure I say this right, because, you know, I ain't gonna get myself into trouble with this, because I ain't stupid. You feel me? But it's been done in such a way that it's kind of like that onion I be talking about all the time. It's buried, it's hidden. You have no idea that's being done to you. You're making agreements and agreeing to things without even knowing about it. It's by accepting things. And we've dug ourselves so deep that there's a long way to go, but we gotta see it. And the first way to see it is to stop seeing each other as the enemies. Because we all getting played. That's the reality, we all getting played. Because there's people at the top it doesn't matter what color they are, they rich. And they evil. Because they're selfish. And they cause all of this all of this confusion, the inbred hatred and racism and, you know, I gotta kill everything. Even my own people. Can't even look in the mirror like my motherfucking self. That's the ideology that it's giving people. Why? Because they built a world based on greed. Fiat. Okay? Who got more of it? Who got a bigger loan? Feel me? Who got a bigger loan? Who owes the most to the company? That's who's valuable. Other than that, you're just commodity. And that's what we're being treated as commodity. And we being pit against each other, man. So that we never see that. Never. And the ones that do, they tell them they're crazy. You know what I'm saying? Once they do, they bash down, they tell them, oh, that's not true, or they're nuts. Or like you said, they come and get them. You know what I mean? The revolutionists, the ones that are not afraid to reveal information to others openly.
It's just like you say, you think it's something else. It's something completely else. Even what you think you beefing about, you ain't even beefing about that.
Not at all. They keep
What politics
these two fighting over each other so that nobody's looking up the middle and saying, yo, these people that's controlling this fight. Everybody playing tennis, but nobody's paying attention to the net. People think the net ain't playing. Hold up, what happens when the ball don't get over the net? Who got in the way? The net. The net controls the game, right? Don't the ball have to get over the net? Has to, or you ain't in the game. You can't just be throwing the ball at each other. Think about it. You take two paddles, same movements, right? Two tennis rackets, same movements, same exact thing, no net. You playing tennis? Why not? Same skill, right? Same skill set. You're doing the same thing with the ball, all of it. So it's just no net. The net's not controlling your game now. You just realize you're still playing tennis without the damn net. You're playing basketball. Shoot the hoop, there's a net on it, right? You go to park in the fucking net, you're still playing basketball, right? Those things don't control the game, but everybody thinks that it does. I mean, I've literally played with people like, I ain't never played with nobody in the nets. What?
Wow.
I ain't even lying to you.
Wow.
What the hell are you gonna tell me that for?
Yo, if you've never played basketball with no net,
I've played. I'm not that good at basketball. I'm good. I'm not that good at basketball.
Yeah,
and I can't use not the net. I can't use not the net. Didn't make sense, but I can't not use the net because I need the net to let me know if I can make
See?
it.
See? That's my point.
damn.
Now you take the same shot without the net.
That hit you. That hit you.
You know what I mean? Now you take the same shot without the net.
Shout out to the guys that bowl with no net, man. Y'all are real MVPs.
You know what I mean? Like, as y'all get to know me more and more on here, y'all see I throw a lot of analogies out there. I mean, to make you think. You know, because no, I don't have all the answers at all. You know what I mean? But I got a lot of questions and I got a lot of avenues to find more answers so that I can ask some more questions. Pretty much, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, before we get any further into this, I wanna talk about our sponsor. You know, we ran that a little bit, but we gonna stay in this topic. We're not going anywhere, but we're gonna get to the sponsor, which is the BBRANDED clothing line. It's called Get Branded Exclusive. It's a brand new line, very, very dope, very stylish. It's a higher end line, so everybody that's going to our online store right now that's getting the branded hoodies, you know what I mean, and t-shirts and, you know, mugs and stuff like that through my link tree or my son's link trees. Now you can also order directly through us. This is not on our link tree. You have to get it directly through us through our inbox on either Instagram or our Loom inbox or Facebook, or, you know, we'll leave some more information down at the bottom. But you got to contact us directly, and these are all over print, as you see on the screen. I mean, real dope, very stylish, and very high quality. So hit us up, and we definitely gonna make sure you get a very nice package in the mail with some styles. Get branded exclusive gear. Now let's get back to this topic. And as part of that, we're gonna get to some music because I have a playlist on Loom.fm. That's on my page that I made specifically for this type of topic. And this is before all this goes on, because you know me. This is right in my alley. I've been kicking this, you know? Mm-hmm. So we gonna play a joint. I'm gonna let y'all pick it. Which one y'all wanna play?
We played that one before, right? You listen to what's your man name, man? Ethan Black or Blake? I hope I'm not saying that wrong. Or if I am, please help me correct it.
Alright, Ethan Blake. We're gonna play this one. It's called Rising. You know what I mean? And I picked this song. I remember the day I picked this song. It caught me on the message board. Because Rising, man, I rise 9. So I had to pick this one. So definitely shout out to Ethan Black. And oh no, it's Ethan. That's Ethan Black, man.
It could be whatever, man. There's an A there.
That's a weird E, man.
That's
a
not.
That's a designer E.
If it was an E, you gotta put it.
That's a designer E, baby.
I think that's currency.
Yeah,
That's an A,
something
E,
like
or
that.
some shit. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's not an E.
I don't know, man. We're gonna leave that at that.
But
You rising, brother.
He thon.
Use letters we could pick next time, man.
What niggas do? Nothing. It's a bunch of niggas that died and nobody, I'm not gonna say nobody cared about, but they didn't. How did it affect, like, what did God, when God really planned something out for you and it's the time to go, everything that comes after, you'll see what that person actually did.
We rising up, 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 we rising, we rising, we rising up, 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 we rising, we rising.
I got my vices on my right and my pride on my other side. Hold tight to the light that's in my brother's eyes. I wouldn't have my own truth if I never lied. The truth hurts and my body been brutalized. And battle scars when the war between me, myself and I. I'm not a martyr, I'd rather die than be crucified. Sometimes I feel like I'm running out of time and there ain't no rewinding. It's only the sirens, the sounds of the tyrant. And that's the reason why I'm grinding. Where the signs of the lost can find me, cause I'm timeless. Trying to find signs violence in the kindness of the silence. Suspended in eternal bliss, the risk is worth the ponder. But I would miss the light that shine beneath my brother's eyelids. Before the pain is sent from mortal man has been accomplished. Had to fall into depression till I learned to stand for some. But maybe not. Maybe the bushels of records of kittens are secretly hacking his government props. And bullets and pieces of contraband black markers on back blocks. With a black man is a death threat and all they know is genocide. They got bugs and he's smoking drugs, but I bet they call it pesticide. So we burning down our city, screaming every day we live. And the streets like Call of Duty now, ain't that some shit? I put my life in gear instead until I felt the shift. Cause we all trying to make a home, just need a little live.
Yeah, that was 8th on, and we rising. That was a good dope joint, right? What y'all think, man? What you think of that one?
That sounds hard.
Yeah, that was definitely.
I was rocking with
It
that.
had me bopping to it immediately. First of all, the instrumental was dope. I
Right.
definitely think that the instrumental is you carried it, but you definitely had some content, and there was something to actually think about while you was spitting. I like your delivery, your flow. I mean, it was definitely something to appreciate.
It hypnotized me. It was one of those. As soon as it came on, I really got like hypnotized. I was already in it. I was vibing with you from the jump. So I really fucked with it. Yeah, definitely.
It was dope. It was a dope record. Like I said, the first day I saw it on the message board, it caught me because of the topic and just connected with it immediately. And the vibe when I listened to it, it was real uplifting, real. It was inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Really inspiring. Really good record. I listen to it in the morning. That's one of those joints I like to listen to when I'm doing my thing in the morning, getting ready for work and all that. You know what I mean? I'll be hearing me playing the little playlist. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody on my little playlist, man. I mean, there's a lot of y'all, so I can't shout everybody out right now. But y'all will definitely get some shine on our show. Yeah, look, we're gonna get back to the topic, man. Like I said, this whole situation is beyond just being black or just being white. You know, it really is. It really goes to what do you really stand for as a person? Forget the politics. Let's forget about the politics and the economic side of things. You know what I mean? I know people gonna be like, oh, you can't forget about the economic side because, I gotta feed my family and we all know that. You know what I mean? That's the same argument that people are having, the stock system is really having a conversation. Right? Let's put that out the way. Because at the end of the day, if you listen to what I'm about to say, or if we do the things like we really should, those things won't really be a problem at all. Right? Because then we'll learn how to communicate and learn how to agree with each other, because there's enough resources on this whole planet for us to really, everybody be okay pretty much. There shouldn't be homelessness and starvation and all of that when there is a 1% of wealth. That's crazy. I mean, how you got 1% of wealth that could take 10% of their wealth and get rid of all of the poverty? 1% of the people, all the wealth, 10% of that could get rid of all poverty. Why are we still living in poverty?
It's like you said before,
Poverty is the reason that people are having wars. You starve some, feed the others, make the ones that starve jealous of the other ones, or whatever. We talked about that, right? I mean, it's basic. This is warfare, and that's what's going on. We're pawns in a war over greed. Slavery ended and became everybody's slave. You feel me? That's what happened. They didn't get rid of it. They just said, we know a better way to do it. Instead of just having these niggas do it, we gonna have everybody doing it. Or we're gonna do it in a classes system. So now, we're getting paid off everybody. Everybody's sweat and fucking toil is going in our pocket as ching cash. That's what really happened. Meanwhile, we've been still playing the game of, oh, I'm an ex-slave, or this, that, and the third, or I'm black and they white, or da-da-da, or the indigenous peoples and the reservations. We're still doing that. You feel me? There's nothing wrong with being, like me, I teach us to be proud of our lineage, our line, right? All the time, be proud of that. You know what I'm saying? Be proud of the Cherokee blood you got in you. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of my great grandmother who was in that closet. She was half white. You feel me? That's why I said we ain't tracing ourselves. Oh, I'm from Because ain't nobody gonna tell my great grandmother's father or was a slave master or something like that. He really loved my great grandmother's mother. There was those two. Like, I mean, the narrative don't always add up, man. So I'm not gonna believe that narrative. I'm gonna trace our line to what it is. And it does go back to Africa, like everybody's does. You know what I mean? Let's get back to some music, man, real quick. Cause I know we this is a heavy subject today. You know, but it needs to be that way. And I honestly think the people want it to be that way. You know, we've been talking about it, right? I think people are tired of being entertained. Cause that entertainment shit is like, what's the purpose? At the end of the day, you still gotta wake up to this bullshit and you ain't even been preparing yourself for it. You just been entertained, so. I mean, that's just what I think, you know? But that just may be me. Right now, we're gonna get into another joint. And for this occasion, I'm gonna play one of my joints. Because this is a very, very serious topic, and I've written on it. And I really want y'all to pay attention to the lyrics on this. Because this is about as real as it gets. The name of this song is Sold Off. And it's on Spotify, it's everywhere. But right now, it's right here in front of you. And I want y'all to take heed to the lyrics on this and pay attention to the message. Save it. Because this is real. Sold Off. SOUL''D.
Farewell, fellow servant. I'm going away to leave you. Gonna leave the old county. I'm sold off to Georgie.
You gonna tell me that you civilized me and I should believe that bullshit? I'll prove it to any one of them in the day. It's real, because I'm a realist. And I'm going to teach you when you go.
We got a history of people shedding blood with no justice. And strange fruit and poplar trees while others was puppets. Like babies sucking on titties that wasn't their mothers. And black men ripping families to turn on their brothers. It was a well-devised plan, dominate the most dominant. A conquest that's destined to manifest others' continents. Strip them of their pride, eliminating their confidence. Believing in a God that ain't there to suffer the consequence. Entire customs raped and pillaged. And if you didn't bow down and comply to their tyranny, they would kill us. Listen, picnics just a man-made word for pick a nigga. And every Sunday those picnics was getting bigger. Taking men from their home street believed was acceptable. And anyone that talked out against it got ridiculed. You unpatriotic if you don't accept master's rules and racial violence. They even fool you, send you to school for false knowledge. They rather have you dead or in jail or in college. Why celebrate the 4th of July? When all that day was none of us free. Cause the ones that's left in shackles, same color as me. Everything made great by my people was stolen from me. Then you indoctrinate the kids so they can't see that there's a history of people shedding blood with no justice. There's strange fruit and poplar trees while others was puppets. White babies sucking on titties that wasn't their mothers. And black men ripping families determined their brothers. Ain't no Republican or Democrat, none of that even exists. They all the same spirit, same bullshit. It's all a plot to keep us looking the wrong way. Instead of the truth, they got us focused on that he say, she say. While they behind the closed curtains pulling them strings. Making our lives a circus with no 3 rings. What's the purpose behind every war? It's all money. But none of it is under control by no country. Dollars ain't a goddamn thing. It's just paper and crayons to keep us blinded while they control nature. They profit off of Africa's gold, silver, and diamonds. Oil fields, water rights, coal, and strip mining. Everything they claim is their God. It's all evil. How the richest land in the world got poor people. These are things you can't make no sense out of. They fool the natives with nonsense and gunpowder. In this history of people shedding blood with no justice. And strange fruit and poplar trees while others was puppets. White babies sucking on titties that wasn't their mothers. And black men ripping families determined their brothers. It wasn't well devised plan. Dominate the most dominant. The conquest that's destined to manifest others' continents. Strip them of their pride, eliminating their confidence. Believing in the God that ain't there to suffer the consequence.
Get yourself up and get to work right now.
Yeah, that was sold off by yours truly, Corey Drumz. Streaming right now on moon.fm on my profile, streaming on Spotify. Get it on Amazon, Apple Music, Google Play Store, wherever you want to get some music at, I'm there. Stream it on YouTube, check out the videos and all that. Corey Drumz, COREYDRUMZ. Get branded. High family. Before we get into the conversation anymore, I'm going to re-announce the contest that we have. Mm-hmm. We have a contest this month. It's called the Get Branded giveaway. And what we're doing is we're giving away a brand new exclusive line, Get Branded hoodie or jacket. And we're also giving away, for the Loon followers, 1,000 Loon notes. Okay? And the way to enter will be down in the bottom. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to go over the rules right now. We'll give you the rules later. But definitely make sure y'all are watching the shows and make sure y'all are streaming our music, because it deals with listening to our music and knowing the lyrics. All right? It could be one of my songs, one of his songs, but it deals with knowing the lyrics. And there'll be a phrase in the show, one of the shows this month. But again, we'll get into that. I want to get back to the discussion. And I want to take it away from the race part of it. All right? Because that's really where it's been focused. It's been so focused and saturated with the racial part of the issue in this country that has been the focus. If you understand what I'm saying. It's not like we've gone anywhere with it. Okay? What do you guys think? Other than people running for office and things like that, the obvious, other than the obvious, what do you think really needs to be done different?
That's a tough one. Because it's tough because there's a lot that needs to be done different, and it actually starts with us as the people. We can't look into the government to change it. We can't look for them to take the first step, because to be honest. They're only gonna go with what we comply with. We let them get away with what they do, but if we don't go with what they do, how do they have power? We give them the power. They only have power from us. So things of, you know what I'm saying, there's not teaching each other to be racist, you know what I'm saying? And that goes on both sides. I've known plenty of black people who are racist towards white people because of the history. And that's wrong. Yes, things happen, but that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Just as wrong as a white person going out and teaching their kids to be racist to a black or a Latino and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So it starts with teaching each other, you know what I'm saying, that we're all equal. And then at the same time, it also starts with teaching that the right history. They want to leave out too much.
Right.
They want to belittle other races so that they don't seem as big or as important or as influential as.
History is written by the conqueror.
Exactly.
Not those conquered.
So we need to realize that our kids, the best knowledge they can get is actually from us. Because me and you we can go look it up. We have the internet. We have all the books. It's not like we can't go to the library. You don't actually need to go to a school. And I know people are gonna hate that. Y'all gonna scream, oh, you gotta go to school. No, you don't. You don't.
That's it. Learn more.
Honestly, you literally do not have to go to school. The internet is real. YouTube can teach you. Google can teach you. Actually, you can learn any language in the world with the internet. So to tell me that you need school is redundant and stupid. So I think it starts, like I said, with us and really just educating ourselves and the new generations coming in. Because let's just be real, it's not gonna change tomorrow. It's too late for that. You know what I'm saying? There's generations and generations that got built into this. But if we start right now, we can start that change so that generations after us don't have to live this, don't have to deal with this. And that's the main point at the end of the day, right? So
I would say so.
that's just how I feel.
I would definitely say.
And to add on what he said about the history is written every day. So whatever the history was before, it's great, amazing. You're supposed to learn that. That's what you want to learn. But that is going to be falsified, manipulated, and not as transparent as you want it to be. But what's transparent is what you're living right now. And what I think that needs to be established is more wealth. And to get more wealth is to understand what wealth actually is. Why do you need money? Because money in all value is literally just a piece of paper that you give to somebody to give you the actual item that you really are looking for. So the actual wealth is in the actual product.
Right there.
Not the piece of paper. So wealth is mental, it can never be tangible. The product itself was only held valuable because of something you like. It could be worth $1 to somebody else. Somebody is, I'm not gonna lie to you, there's a lot of these designer clothes that's being sold on the internet that I would never, ever, ever buy for that much money. But you know why they can do that?
Because somebody else values it that much.
Yep.
That's all it is, it's all the market. The market's open for everybody. Somebody likes something. Now, the point is, having $1 million is having $1 million. That's all that is. That's not being rich. That's not being wealthy. What did you do with the $1 million? How much is being moved through that $1 million? You feel me? How much can you build within that $1 million? That $1 million is simply just $1 million.
Right. If it just sits there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we ain't gonna get on these investing tips and nothing like that, but what you need to do is,
but a nigga
Talk to me.
Learn, exactly.
Talk to
Learn,
me.
y'all, it's just financial literacy. Like, people just need to understand currency in general, regardless of paper value, crypto value, whatever
Right.
other value that you seek.
Right.
Currency is currency. There's a value to everything. You put the value on that, or whoever is putting that product on it. You don't have to buy the product. There's a piece of land somewhere that's being sold for $10, whatever. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but you feel me? But it's not being sold because somebody's not valuing it
Right.
at that price.
Don't be the product, be the value.
There you go.
Like, if chicken in the supermarket was $15, right? To somebody, it's worth $15. But to someone with chickens in their backyard,
There you go.
it's not worth $15.
Nowhere near.
I got chickens.
Right.
Fuck am I giving you? Excuse my language. What am I giving you $15 for if I got chicken?
Right.
There's certain things that we forget that we can do for ourselves. There's a lot of things that, like I said, we gotta educate ourselves again because life is too easy for us. We forgot how to survive for real. And we talking about being in real life surviving. I'm not talking about paying your bills. I know that's the regular. I'm talking about if it was all a breakdown tomorrow. Do you know how to go hunting? Serious question. Do you know how to skin something and make wool and clothing? Do you? Do you know how to purify your water when you're in a well? Can you start a wildfire? These are real serious questions, man. You know what I'm saying? These are things that people really need to know because that's deep. That might be, those things I just said, and it sounds nuts, is more important than brushing your teeth in the morning.
How about
knowing that. There's a humongous difference. That's survivability. That means you can survive on any plane, anywhere on this planet. You can go somewhere and figure it the fuck out. Excuse my language again.
Hey, and if you can do any of those, hit that like button.
Right.
Put it in the comments. And salute to you. That's a fact. You ahead of the game. That's where you're supposed to be at.
But yeah, like I said, educating ourselves.
Things like that.
You know what I'm saying? Let's really just look deeper than what's on the surface. Because it's in front of us for a reason.
I mean, think about it. If anything would have happened like that, if there really were a situation where there were another civil war here, how many of y'all really prepared for that? I mean, and I'm not talking about how many people got guns. Because at the end of the day, when bullets are being rationed and shortages happen, things like that, and that's why I taught them this kind of stuff because it's important. How many of y'all know how to make bullets? Make them. So you got a gun. I know there's a lot of dudes in the hood, they got guns, they got bullets too, but when y'all run out of those bullets, in a war, you're gonna run out of bullets. You're gonna need to refill. And if you can't get none, who you know making them? You know?
Or making the gunpowder.
Right. Like, do you know how to make gunpowder? Things like that. And I'm not saying this to incite no riots, it's just like he said, it's just basic survival instinct. There are people out there that do know how to do that. There's people that go out twice a month with their kids. Twice a month. In the woods. Survival training. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people say, yo, they bugging out, But no, and the reality of it is, those people aren't necessarily doing that for those kids to grow up crazy. Not everybody's like that. There are people that really don't believe in the situation that we live in. And they know that when shit hits the fan, that's how you're gonna have to live. So you better know how to gut a deer. Cure the meat. Store it without refrigeration. Start a fire without a match. No lighter.
No match though?
No match.
Because the matches, you can get a match.
What if you ain't got no match?
You can't.
You know how many matches come in a pack? Though?
Yo, and alright, so if it always
Right, what
depends
kind of
how
matches?
many people going for the matches. So somebody not gonna
But
have
there's a
matches.
lot of. If you take all the matches, you're a dickhead.
What if ain't no matches?
Survivability, you guys do.
At the end of the day, what if you run out of matches?
Yeah.
You gonna die with some
What if
matches.
all the matches burn in the fire?
Yeah.
You ain't even die with
All the
matches.
matches
You died
burn
over
in
the
the fire.
matches because you tried to take all the matches. I was trying to just take a couple. I just wanted like
Well,
two
look.
packs.
2 packs.
Look,
That's
I got this these Flintstones. I'm starting me a spark. I'm gonna get me some kindling. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get me some little dry grass tied in a knot, stuff like that. So I always got dry kindling. So that way when it's time for me to get the fire going, right, catch me a spark, blow, shell, it's good like that, I mean, and you gotta know what stones you gotta get. And use natural resource. You skip the stone against something before and got a spark.
Yeah.
Did it with concrete. Right? Go get you a piece of metal. I mean, we in the street, right? We out here in the urban area, right? You know, if you take a piece of metal and scrape it on the ground, what happens? A spark. I mean, think like that. You'll be able to survive. I mean, we've always been on some old, be able to do this without all the modern technology. If something does happen, because that's what the people that's going to survive anything. Because what if it's us against the government? Look at the whole thing that happened last week. What if they had a guy there and actually took it?
We watch it in movies all the time.
Now really think about this. What if something had happened and it got overthrown and this dude became the dictator? And then what? We the rebels now, right? Right? Anybody that ain't with it, we rebels now. Now we gotta fight now. They're looking for the rebellion. We watch this on fucking Return of the Jedi and shit like that all the damn time. Right? We see these stories. This is the movies we watch.
Yeah.
Not even realize we live in this shit.
And that's deep.
Message.
So I hope that was really informational. To be honest, I hope a lot of y'all really just listened to that, what we just said, because that was a lot of deep things that I hope you guys, it resonated with you. And like we said, that had nothing to do with race at all. I want people to really realize that it really didn't. I want people to really just take that and think, damn, do I know how to fucking make fur? Can I make clothes in the wintertime if I was stuck out there? Can I catch a fish? Can I catch a fish without bait?
For real.
Can I get bait? Can I make my own bait?
You know where the fish are at?
Right. So that's deep. So
what's funny is that in survival time, currency was still a thing. Those is what will be worth $1 million.
Right.
And the market.
One fish.
That just changed everything.
Now
You
you're
buying
millionaire.
furniture for $20,000. You out here trying to buy
Nobody
a knife
know how to
for
fish.
$20,000 because nobody knows how to build a knife. Nobody knows how to. Know what I mean? There's people out there who can't. So somebody trying to sell it to you.
Right.
You don't got much.
Right.
All you got is money.
Who makes more money? The person selling knives or the person that's the blacksmith? Making them.
the person making them, does he got multiple people coming to buy them so they
Right.
can sell
The
them
person selling them got to get them from him.
And he ain't the only one selling them.
Right. So now he can charge whatever he wants.
You gotta get it from him.
Because you got to get it from him.
Definitely. But let's jump back into some music for the people real quick, man. What's up?
Yeah, man.
We gonna stay in the same playlist. Matter of fact, I think that's a good idea.
Let's see. Who am I play right now, man? There's so many dudes I like on their joint. I'm gonna play Cotton by 6 John.
Okay.
You know, 6 John, I've been liking his records too. He's real dope lyricist. You know what I mean? I love the lyricists, man. Shout out to all the MCs out there that are lyricists. You know, a lot of different types of MCs. I love lyricists, babe. That's my bros. So we're gonna get into this one. His name Cotton by 6 John. Alright? Check it out.
Pick that cup. Pull it on now.
6 John Music.
All in the right. Hit me, go ahead and try it. It's all in the right. Hit me, go ahead and try it. It's all in the right. You want us in the U.S., you should've put your own damn cotton. One too many bodies dropping. Look what we embody. Mobbing from the valley streets to Compton. We don't live to see no option. The ones that hate us the most are usually old and rotten. If you don't want us in the U.S., you should've put your own damn cotton. Own damn cotton. Own damn cotton. If you don't want us in the U.S., you should've put your own damn cotton. Own damn cotton. Own damn cotton. If you don't want us in the U.S., you should've put your own damn cotton.
That was Cotton by my brother 6 John on the Loon platform. You can check him out on Spotify and all the other streaming platforms as well. That's a real dope record, man. And I mean, this playlist right here, this is a dope playlist because there's a lot of records on here with that kind of message. There's nothing but records on here with that kind of message. You know, and that's what I'm liking right now too, because I'm finding there's a lot of other MCs out there and a lot of other artists out there that are more socially conscious.
Right.
You know what I mean? And not just, the quote unquote fashionably quote.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the fashionably socially conscious.
Mm-hmm.
You know, those the woke ones. Everybody's woke nowadays, like, yeah, right. What you woke up to. I mean, you still woke up to that damn same dream, bubblehead.
Yo. Speaking of bubblehead.
Yeah, exactly. That was a good segue, wasn't it?
Super bubble. We about to have the bubble butter lump this week.
The
juice.
The buttermilk juice. That's what we doing.
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you, I ain't put too much thought in this week's butter lump. I ain't gonna lie. What y'all got in this week's butter lump?
I was gonna say something. I wanted my
No, hold on. I got butter lump. Hold on. I lied to y'all.
Did you really just cut me off? You serious? For real?
I had a butter
That's
lump.
what we doing? For real? That's crazy. Yo, he offered it up.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Gave it up.
Yeah, that
That
was
cut me off.
Cause I just remember, I went into a flashback.
You got it now. Go ahead, King.
Wow.
I'm so sad.
You ain't sorry.
I'll never be sorry. But I am sad. The Seahawks lost to bum ass Rams.
Wow.
And my
That's
team,
Rams. Go Rams, man. I want LA to take everything.
Y'all gotta come up to Green Bay. It's cold up here.
I know it is.
It's
But
cold
look,
up here.
that was the ugliest.
look, I'm going with the Rams.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want the Rams to go. The Rams need to take this so that it's an all LA thing this year. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody out here in LA. I've been out here for 6 years. Y'all been showing me mad love and, you know what I mean, making me a home. And I've been liking the Rams since I was a kid, man, Eric Dickerson. So we gonna get busy. Let the Rams get this. You know what I mean? The Lakers did their
I
thing.
ain't really jacking Rams
You know.
right now.
Yeah, I'm calling you a butter one for running with the Rams right now.
Nah, I have to, because my Jets ain't
Yeah,
good. And my Chargers
Ooh,
ain't good.
you definitely a butter one for rocking with any
See,
Jet
look,
at all.
at least I got a team that's there, man.
What you
We
mean?
playing young.
Green
We
Bay
Jet
is
too,
right
quick.
there. Green
Ah,
Bay.
see?
Yo, so
He's
anyways.
a sweet team. Don't let him front, y'all. Don't let him front,
So
y'all.
anyways.
He gained green till he gained green when we start winning again. He just don't like the fact that
I'm
we
a
losing.
cheesehead.
I mean,
The cheese.
So anyways.
he picked green because it's green.
My butter lump
Everyone with
choice.
the cheese.
My butter lump choice is us as America. This is a serious episode, and I wanted to be serious with my butter lump choice. And us as America are the butter lumps, because on both sides we're wrong. Are there people stuck in the middle? Yes.
Yeah, I ain't no better.
But as a unit, as a team, the quarterback can play great. If his defense give up every point in the goddamn game, guess what? He lost. He can't do too much. He can't do it all. He can't be by himself. It's a team effort.
Most definitely.
So with that being said, I say America as a unit. What we showed as a country last week in the capital of the country
Disgusting.
is nasty. And it's unacceptable.
I agree. I think everybody that was part of it, physically, that was there, like those people that was egging it on, you know what I mean, off and on camera. I blame, well, I don't blame, the butt lumps are the police that actually let them people walk around in that joint. You know, because, like I tell them, I mean, it's one of the questions, but it's not the only one. But if that was us, I mean, I remember just a while ago that whole Black Lives Matter thing when they were down there, and they was pepper spraying and tear gassing them, and, you know, stomping all over them, and that was peaceful. These people broke windows and, you know, what I mean, violated
In a government building.
property, government facility. I mean, where was the military at? You know what I mean? That was an insurrection, yo. Like, seriously.
Right. Well,
That was an insurrection. That wasn't a riot downtown, you know, you breaking glass in no businesses, man. You ain't never seen nobody run up in the Capitol building like that, yo. And they was all running in there with Confederate flags. Good old Dixie with America.
Crazy.
Why? Because good old Dixie is America. America just tried to hide it. Like they said, but I mean, like brother said in the beginning video. You know, this is something that ain't new. It's just that America refuses to face it. Refuses. Just own up to it. This is what it's about. This is what your Constitution was written on. Your Bill of Rights are written for these kind of things. Because if they was really right, then why is so much wrong going on? It's sad, yo.
And that's why we, the people, are buttholes. So with that being said, we're coming towards, you know, the ending of our show, and what we like to do is review some music, man. And I actually have a suggestion in mind.
Mm-hmm.
I want to hear my man Michael Rashad, man.
I'm with it.
I want to hear my guy Michael Rashad. Shout out to Michael Rashad. Shout out to Rosa. Shout out to, man, everybody that was in Loon Church. Shout out to Loon Church, Masita. Shout out to everybody in Loon Church, man, because LeVar Forever, I don't want to forget anybody's name, man. There's a lot of people in there. Scylla, like I said, there's a lot of people in there, man. It was just dope to vibe with y'all the other day and really kick it.
Yeah, we're gonna see y'all again this Sunday, man.
Yeah, definitely.
When we get off work, we coming to church.
Yeah, definitely. So it's definitely dope to see y'all. And like I said, I want to listen to Michael Rashad right now, man.
Yeah, Michael Rashad is my dude, man. He got heat. You know what I mean? He got some serious heat. And I'm gonna play one of my favorite joints, yo. Period. And I'm not even gonna say the name of it until afterwards.
Cool.
Alright?
That's fine.
You know.
This is a traffic village.
I feel like, man, shit can fix a lot of shit, man. We put so much work in, so much blood, sweat, and tears into this shit. Yeah. We want to see the payoff, man. We work hard, man. Go out on our shot.
Man, this could be the cure to all this pain that I hide. Like the tears in my eyes, I can't lie. Man, this could be the cure. Feels so good to be alive. Fight the feelings deep inside. I can't lie, love, it don't live here. Yeah, you don't get too many chances. It can change my circumstances. Ain't no way that I could live my life in fear. No, I don't do this for the fame. I'm just trying to make a change out my name. Man, this could be the cure. Yeah, this music shit can change a lot of shit. Got it at the dirt, really started from the bottom. Yeah, nigga used to look up to these stars like astrologists. This rap shit with ease and getting fans, that's the honestly, it made me sad. Ain't no way I can forget. Remember days when they just bad. Remember days when they were bad.
Shout out to you, brother.
Yeah, that's the cure right there.
That's the cure, bro. I think you got the cure, man.
Like I said, shout out again to Loon Church, man. I hope I didn't forget anybody, man. Versus also, I didn't want to forget nobody. It was another person I remember, but yeah, man. Definitely a fan of Michael Rashad, man. Definitely a fan. That song, exactly. You play it all the time. I like that song a lot. And it's ironic how that coincides with just everything we were just talking about. Like to end the episode with that, I thought it was pretty cool. But I think we got one more, right?
Yeah, we got one more, man. We got one more. Wouldn't be fair, because we always give one Loom gamble. Pretty much. This is what we call it, the Loom gamble.
Yeah.
We go on the message board at the end of every show, and we roll the dice, man. We just spin it and see what we come up with, and whoever we land on, we play it. And if it's dope, we will give you all the props in the world and all of that. If it's mediocre, we still going to give you your credit and everything like that. We're going to give you everything you do. And if it is trash, we're going to tear you apart just like you deserve to. So don't take it personal, you know what I mean? Just like if it was dope, we're gonna go crazy for them.
Yeah, it's all love, baby.
You know what I mean? So if it's trash, man, trust me, I'm gonna make you understand that it is garbage. All right? I'm gonna give you the same kind of energy. All right? So we're gonna go ahead and play this, see what we got. Let's do what we're doing. We got Saint Germain. Saint Germain, you heard Saint Germain before too. I haven't heard this one.
Saint Germain is pushing.
It's one of your new joints. with Pushing.
Featuring.
Hold on, let me see what that was featuring. It's featuring Lure or something. I'm on my phone right now, so I can't really see who it's featuring, but it's dope. That's a dope record.
Yo, I super mess with that record.
That was a dope record. I already had featuring Lorad. Sorry about that, Lorad. We got you.
Yeah.
Pushing featuring Lorad. It's the Saint Germain song on Room. Real dope record. I like the groove, man. The groove automatically caught me. And I like the way you approach a song, honestly.
Like the character, right?
Man.
I have another record of yours on one of my own playlists. It's real uplifting. I forget the name of it, but it's a dope record too. I really like the way you approach a song, man. It's fun record. It sounds real fun. You sound like you're having fun, and your character and your charisma on the record is very, very unique.
Yeah.
You know, I'll say keep doing what you're doing, yo. I'm interested in that. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, listen, I'm following you and Rod. For real. This is my first time really I'm sure he's played your music, but putting the name to the music. This is my first time really doing that, and yo, I rocked with it. As soon as the beat started, I was like, hey, I go okay. And I seen the different direction that you went, but it still was fire at the same time. And then your homeboy Lorad came through with a whole different type of vibe, but it still was in the same pocket, and he smoked it too. So I really like that. That was a dope track, bro. That was a dope track for real.
Yeah. What about you, boy?
Definitely, like we said, the character. I like the personality that was within the track.
Yeah.
There's so many different sounds within it.
So you know the other record that Saint Germain is on.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't like the other record.
I love that other record.
I don't like it. It's not my sound. I'm not gonna say it's a bad record. I don't like it. That was what it was.
But this one,
I'm saying rate it. I could give you a different rating. I've heard trash music.
Well, we talking about this one.
It wasn't trash. Right.
This
we getting
you talking about the other
We getting
but
there.
this one here.
This one here, that's why I said I like this one though. This one exposes more character than the other one.
Yeah.
Right.
Last one, it was more of just the one sound. This one I hear multiple different, almost sound like people. You just different people talking within that same verse or body character.
Yeah, I kind of got that vibe too. Like different sides of the same personality.
That's dope.
That was dope, man. That was dope. And I'll tell you what else is dope. That was the first person to end the show with a good song, B. Yo, we usually end the song with a garbage joint. Yo, Saint Germain, thank you for real. For real, you ended the streak. This is the end of our show, man. We up out of here.
And make sure you press that subscribe button.
And I'm the first one to walk off this time, because this time we got a dope record at the end. That's what's popping. Hop at your banks, boys, man.
Hey,
Branded.
make sure you guys press the subscribe button. Make sure you guys share. I don't know how to talk no more. Cut the camera, because I'm not getting up.
We came a long way, started from nothing. Combined the flour with the yeast, turn it to stuffing. Ancestors raised me, be the father that my kids are honor. In gardens, grow out of bullshit, be a farmer.